celebrating all things cool in Jacksonville. A local show with a spotlight on the 904. With hosts Eden Kendall and Mark Payton. Featuring amazing stories from every neighborhood with Rance Adams. This is River City Live.
Hi, and welcome to River City Live. We have so many different things that we're covering today. I mean, it really does run the gamut of information, entertainment, but right now all I can think about is what is in my line of sight, which is wine and cookies. And I'm excited for the segment where we're pairing desserts and wines.
I would be there with you, but unfortunately, I was not invited.
Yes, it got lost in the mail.
I'm sure you could crash that, right? You could walk on over and do it.
I'm sure
I'm
you
gonna
would.
let Eden have her wine. It's good.
We have an important segment coming up from Southern Oak. Obviously, Hurricane Harvey, with what's happening right now in Texas, you need that plan and you have to start preparing because it could strike here at any time. We're going to be talking about that, and that's coming up in just a little bit.
I think we all know about that kind of thing happening because just last year there was a big event that was not able to go on because of the hurricane here, and that is the Web.com golf tournament, and we're going to have them on the show too to talk about it. So like I said, we're covering a lot of things, but in my mind I'm like, wine is to the left.
Her peripheral is working
wine.
really well.
Not just any cookies and macarons. All right.
So fancy.
I just like how she says that,
right?
macaron.
Okay, so this survey just came out, and it doesn't, I guess, surprise me because Florida just stays in the news in this kind of light. But Florida drivers are the worst, according to this survey, right?
Are they? Really? Are we speaking on experience here? Smart Asset and their annual rankings of states with the worst drivers gave it to Florida for the second year in a row.
Yeah, we did. 2 for 2.
And the words of Charles Barkley, you're terrible. You're just terrible. So, yeah, the annual rankings come out every year. So Floridians have this tendency to search online for traffic tickets more than any other state and have the second lowest number of insured drivers of any state in the country. So that's something that you should really pat yourself on the back about.
So what do you think, though? You guys have lived many places.
By far, this is the worst. By
Is it the worst,
Oh,
really?
yeah. I lived in California, Illinois, Indiana, South Carolina, hands down.
I've only
My
ever driven in
commute,
Florida. So.
just on San Jose, going like up and down it in the morning and leaving here, horrendous. Yeah.
What about you,
I
Ron?
mean, I thought it was bad in Texas because I was there forever, but I've been in Arkansas, Colorado, and all that. Colorado, they drive the speed limit. I hate that. But and I moved here
Those
from
mountains.
when I was
being cautious.
No, right? When I was in Charlotte, I was like, man, these people drive bad, but you're doing a lot of interior driving. I got here, 95 is a beast. But I will give it props. It hasn't been closed down in a while, but yes, I will have to concur that Florida drivers definitely rank as the worst in my life.
And when you look at some of the criteria, it's actually kind of scary. So Smart Asset, they use the number of drivers. So obviously it's a big population here of people that are on the road. DUI arrests, people killed, and then as you mentioned before, the Google Trends, people researching how to get out of their tickets and things like that. So use those analytics. That does, Google will paint a picture on you, on really what you're all about. You know, it has your whole history.
But I do want to give some credit to North Florida for this because when I moved here from South Florida years ago, my friends and my family commented on how friendly the drivers were here. So I feel like we have friendlier drivers than in other places. Do you? You have not.
I'm
people are
recusing
swearing
myself.
Are people swearing at you in traffic?
I've only had to get out of my car once, and when the guy took a look at me, he took off. So that was as friendly as we got.
I remember in the city, when you're trying to make a left-hand turn, as soon as it turns green, you know, like you don't have the right-of-way, but in the city, people would floor it.
Oh
like,
my God.
vroom, 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 like just to make that turn and go in front of traffic.
And people
that was
are
a power play. People do that all the time. People are aggressive.
People are heavy on the horn here, too, because the light could just turn green, and it's like, dude, it just changed. And then shooting the yellows, like, I don't do that anymore after being here because you are definitely taking some big risks. But Florida outranked Mississippi. Weird. Oklahoma, New Jersey, Delaware, and Alabama, just to name a few. Texas was in the top 10, but we're talking about Florida.
I'm wondering, though, if because I said that drivers are friendly, if I'm just driving in my little bubble oblivious, la, la, la.
We've seen you drive before. Yeah, that's totally it.
I rolled up on Eden, and I'm driving next to her for miles, honking my horn, waving, and she's just
Eden
like...
is totally a type, like somebody will lay on the horn, You know, like to be mad at you, and you're like, I don't know them.
They must recognize me from River City Live.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that is me. That is me. I'm not somebody who will swear in traffic. Although you know, I don't curse a lot as it is. I save it up for when I really mean it. But I'm finding now, based on this study that I just came across, and I know, Mark, you've got more on this, that smart people do curse.
This is, okay, according to the University of Rochester, they were studying daily habits that people have. They surveyed over 1,000 people, and the correlation that they made, it people that swear the most have the higher IQ. Other traits that people did on a daily basis that showed that they were smart, they walk around naked, and they ate spicy food. So according to this, I should change careers and getting to be a rocket scientist or something like that. So I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, because I do swear I do walk around naked and I like spicy food. But
all at the same time.
that's my Monday and Tuesday mornings.
TMI.
Yeah. So, but what they're trying to do, they're trying to figure out which behaviors are linked to certain types of personalities. But there you go. So that's a correlation. So, and a lot of times you would think the opposite. People that had just, you know, a bad mouth, so to speak, they didn't have other words to substitute. But I think there's so much on your mind when you are intelligent. You know, you're not worried about that.
Tell us more about what that's like.
So you saw me.
It's a struggle.
You saw me deflate when it said that they have a higher IQ. I already have enough issue in my house with people telling me that how much smarter they are than I am. And then, you know, we get into these language discussions, and I'm like, you know, maybe we shouldn't really be that, but. The wife is a Jersey girl. Yes, I am throwing you under the bus. She is a Jersey girl, and that's new.
Every day.
And she is Northeast to the core. So now she's going to tell me, see, the reason I use those choice words is because I'm so much more smarter than you.
But you know, it's interesting, though. You know, when you think about this, if like you had like a doctor or your lawyer comes in and they just started dropping F-bombs like crazy, I'd be really scared. This study wouldn't mean anything. Like if I was having surgery on my knee, like, I'll tell you what we're gonna F and do. We're gonna take this, you know, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh.
No
You know what I mean? Like,
whatsoever.
and as soon as somebody starts swearing like all the time, like their stock just kind of drops as far as how we perceive their intelligence. So it's interesting that, because this study's been out a couple times. I've seen this before. But isn't that kind of odd? I don't know. Yeah.
To me, it doesn't make sense. I think a smarter thing to do is save them up. So when you do drop your bombs,
that's your strategy altogether.
That's my strategy all the time.
Yeah.
Don't swear until you mean it, and then when you do,
because it has more power.
Has
but
way
what if you
more
always
power.
mean it?
You don't swear a lot, but when you do, we're like, oh.
I save up all my swearing for when my son comes home from college.
What if you mean it?
I do mean it then. Oh, well, if you mean it all the time, then that's just another thing. I don't know. All right, so there is a new word for you guys who've been dropping the bomb, cougar, to learn. So you've heard cougar.
Well, what exactly
is
this cougar?
I would say, Mark, that you know what I'm talking about. It's a woman of advanced age to whatever age you would be. That you have an affinity for, right? Or she has an affinity for you? I don't know. I'm trying to be really
He's trying to walk that line.
Trying to be eloquent. And then, of course, there was the movie where there was another phrase for that, if you were attracted to somebody's mom, that kind of thing. But now there is a much better word. Stop peeking. The word is whip. All right, whip. I like this. This was created by an anchor on a show called This Morning that is a British daytime show. They're like the British version of River City Live, and she came up, one of the hosts, with the word whip.
Okay.
And whip stands for women who are hot, intelligent, and in their prime.
Interesting.
All right. What do you think about that? In their prime.
See, that is for use for a male that's like late 20s. Because you think about high school kid, he's going with the original term.
I do think this is a nice positive spin, because you'll see guys that are up there in age and they will have girlfriends, wives that are even less than half their age, you know? And no one really, like society, we don't really care. But as soon as you see an older woman with a good-looking guy, then it's, you know, it's turned around, you're automatically a cougar. There's like that negative connotation, like that's the prey. You know, that's the whole idea of cougar.
But here's
so I think this is smart. You know, it's women who are hot, intelligent, and in their prime.
But here's the way I see it. When somebody like a younger guy will say something like cougar, oh, you're I'm offended by that, because that implies that I have an interest in this kid. You know, I mean, it's like, no, I'm not a cougar because I have no interest whatsoever in you. You know,
But it's not on you. It's not on you. It's on the other person.
To decide if that's the case?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You wouldn't call yourself a cougar. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't put that on yourself. It's a label that somebody else would do.
Okay, but when you only call it one.
I think this is a nice planet. You know, the Brits they're very clever in how they phrase this. I think it's empowering.
It's because of the accent. They're so much more intelligent.
But they swear too, so maybe it does go back to that we were just talking about this.
I don't know. I don't know that this is that much better, but I like it better.
Oh, you don't like it?
You don't like that?
I think
That's
it's cute.
way more positive than
Women who are hot, intelligent, and in their prime.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you had a choice, cougar or whip.
Well, there's cougar, there's the other, and then there's whip. I mean, take your pick.
You can just call me by my name. No, I don't know. I just think that's like very demeaning. I think the whole thing is demeaning, but.
Oh, we were going to get you a whole bunch of whip T-shirts now.
Yeah. Well, we've taken that away now. Thanks, Eden.
All right. Well, I don't want it. You
Took
can
the
keep
win
it.
from our sales.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, though, that whole phraseology. I don't know.
It's all about the new age.
Why don't you
new
just
age.
take us on an escape from this?
All right.